بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين. We are here for another lesson of English. This lesson is for Common Core. It is from Unit 8, Keep Our Environment Clean. It is a grammar lesson. Past simple of regular verbs. Introduced to you, of course, by your teacher. Let's start. But before we start, please bring your copybooks and pens because we will do a good number of exercises. That way you will learn better and faster. Okay? Please pay attention to this lesson because it is very, very important. All right, let's start. Here we have a conversation. I want you to read the conversation and answer the following questions. It is a conversation between Thor and Jane. Okay, I will read it for you. Thor, what did you do yesterday? Jane, nothing much. I just stayed at home and cleaned the house. How boring. Yeah, it was. And you? What did you do? I played basketball with my brother Loki. That sounds fun. It was. I had a great time. Okay, questions. When? When? It is about the time. When did Jane clean the house? When did Jane clean the house? Very good. Jane cleaned the house yesterday. Yesterday. Question number 2. What did Thor do? What did Thor do? What did Thor do yesterday? Yes. Very good. He played basketball with his brother. He played basketball with his brother Loki. All right. Let's move on. So, the verb we use, of course, are for the simple past. Now we're going to talk about the usage of the simple past. So we use the simple past to refer to past habits that are habits or things that we did in the past. For example, I played basketball every day in the past, but now I don't. Or when an activity or situation began, started, and ended at a particular time in the past. When we have an activity, an action that happened in the past and stayed and ended in the past, okay? It has nothing to do with the present. In other words, when an activity is completed in the past, it is done. And of course, these are the past tense indicators, time indicators, adverbs of time that we use the past simple with. We have already seen them in functions and in the previous unit when we were talking about verb to be in the past. So yesterday, example here, yesterday I played the piano. Of course, you remember the chant we do. I played the piano today. The day before, it rained the day before. Is it raining now? No, it rained the day before. Last week, last month, last year, last summer. For example, last week we passed an exam. Or last week we took an exam. Last week we passed an exam, which means we succeeded, we got a good mark and passed. And we have ago, years ago, months ago, days ago, centuries ago. For example, here, Jane visited Morocco 3 years ago. Or when we have a date in the past, in 1950. John's mother was born in 1950. Okay? Don't worry, you will understand with the exercises. These about, so let's recapitulate the usage. So when we have past habits, when we have an activity or situation that began, that started and ended at a particular time in the past, and it is completed in the past, and with past tense time indicators. So here we have an example. We have Tom walks to school every day. This is in the simple present. And we have Tom walked to school yesterday. Of course, it is in the simple past. What I want you to do now is to just sit, try to think, how did we form the simple past? How did we form the simple past? This is the verb, of course. This is the verb. What did we do to it? Walk, we took the infinitive of the verb walks, because we have Tom, so walks, he walks. We took the infinitive and we added ed, and it gave us walked, which is this in the past. So infinitive plus ed, it became in the past. I will show you another example. We help mom every day. We helped mom yesterday. Try to do the same thing. So where's the verb here? It is help. What did we do to it? We added ed again. Help plus ed. And we got helped. We helped mom yesterday. So to form the simple past, what do? We take the infinitive of the verb and we add ed to it. Remember, we're talking about regular verbs. What? Past simple, ed. I know you're still confused, but take it easy. Everything will be clearer. So just focus. All right. Here we have some verbs in the infinitive. I have visit, play, dance, skip, and try. What I want you to do is to transform them into the simple past. Okay? I need answers. Just pause the video, try to give the simple past of each of these verbs. Just try to use the same spelling rules we did in the plural and the knowledge you've acquired of English this year. Right, let's start. So we have visit. We add ed. It becomes visited. Good. And we have play. Again, we add ed. It becomes played. Third one is dance. What do? Of course, very good. We add ed and it becomes danced. Skip. Are we going to add ed? Yes, but look how it looks now. Skipped. Skipped. We have double P. And the last one, try. We add ed again, and it becomes tried. But the Y has become I. Interesting, huh? So visit, visited, play, played, dance, danced, skip, skipped, try, tried. More confusing, isn't it? All right. Another exercise. Match the verbs Excuse me, there's something wrong here. Match the verbs with the endings. Okay, so we have jump, smile, cry, stop, play. Here we have endings. We have PED, IED, D, ED, ED. Okay, just try to use your knowledge again and look at the previous exercise we did. Come on. So, jump. Which one? ED. Very good. It becomes jumped. Smile. D. Smiled. It already has an E. Why add another one? Cry. It ends with a Y. So what are we going to do? This one. Cried. Very good. Stop. Stop. Similar to skip. So double P. Double P. And the last one, of course, ED. But so it ends with a Y too. Why didn't we transform it into an I? We will talk about that later. Or try to figure it out for yourself for the moment. So play, played. Excellent. Let's carry on. Now we will have a little story. A little story. It's about a little kid in Christmas, of course, which means is Christian. In Christmas. Christmas is when Christian people celebrate the birth of Christ. Right? But the thing is that this child wants something weird, something peculiar, something special. What do you think does he want? Just guess. A bike? No. A new video game? All I want for Christmas is a monster. A monster. And here he is walking here. This kid wants a monster for Christmas. So, let's follow. It all happened last Christmas. I looked out of the window. It snowed a lot that night. There was a lot of snow on the trees and the ground too. There was one thing I really wanted for Christmas. A real monster. And so I decided to help my parents. Mom was in the kitchen. She cooked me some eggs for breakfast. She also steeped some tea for me. Excuse me, I will have to modify this. So Mom was in the kitchen. She cooked me some eggs for breakfast. She also steeped some tea for me. To steep tea is to prepare tea, to make tea. Steeping is how we prepare it. I said to her, all I want for Christmas is a real monster. After breakfast, I helped Dad. After breakfast, I helped Dad. We decorated the house. We decorated the house. I said to him, all I want for Christmas is a real monster. is a real monster. Next, I helped my mom in the kitchen. We baked a delicious chocolate cake and cooked dinner. We smiled a lot. Next, I helped my mom in the kitchen. We baked a delicious chocolate cake and cooked dinner. We smiled a lot. In the afternoon, I played with my little sisters. In the afternoon, I played with my little sisters. I said to them, all I want for Christmas is a real monster. Then I was in my room. I wrapped all the presents for my family and I waited for the evening. Everyone was in the living room on Christmas evening. The dinner was delicious. Dad played some carols on the piano. We hugged each other and smiled. Then we opened the presents. I said, all I want for Christmas is a real monster. But there weren't any monsters in the boxes. Suddenly, someone knocked at the door. Doom, doom, doom. Knock, knock, knock. When I opened, I cried out. It was a real monster. When I opened, I cried out. It was a real monster. Everyone laughed at me and I said, I never want a monster again. The end. I never want a monster again. Okay? So, what does the little boy want for Christmas? He wants a real monster. But who was that monster at the end? Who was it? It was his grandmother. Yeah. He helped his mother and father so they can bring him a real monster for Christmas. But now he never wants a real monster again. Now we're going to play a little game to see if you were paying attention to the verbs we used in the story. So look at the pictures and choose the best balloon. Okay, you will have three balloons. You have to choose one of them. Okay, you don't have to pause the video this time. All right, first one, my mom is today. Is it this or this? Quickly. This one. I helped my mom yesterday. Right? Right. What is going on? Okay. Which one? It is the blue one. I helped my mom yesterday. We add ed, of course. Next, Liz, some delicious soup last week. Is it this cooked kind, or this one? Which one? This one, the green one. No. The yellow one. Liz cooked some delicious soup last week. Let's carry on. Let's carry on. The boys football yesterday. Played. Which one? Yellow one. The boys played football yesterday. Next, the baby all night. Cried or cried? Which one? Purple. We TV in the evening. Is this purple, yellow, or green? Yellow. Lucy at me after school. Smiled. Orange. They walked to school yesterday. Which one is correct? Which spelling? I out of the window in the morning. I looked out of the window in the morning. Blue. My dad, my car, Saturday. My dad mended my car on Saturday. Mended means to fix, to repair. Aslah. Which one? My friend, me last weekend, found me last weekend. Is it this green one with double L? No. This one, double E? No, it is the another one, the frog into the water. Jumped into the water. Which one? Blue. The blue one. Excellent. Is it? Yellow? We don't always double P when we have P at the end. Now we have another exercise here. We have verbs that end with ed, ied, the, and xed, which means a letter ed. For example, worked, played, tried, smiled, skipped. Okay? And we have a bunch of verbs. What I want you to do is to try to place the verbs in the right column. Okay, we have some verbs here. Try to place the verbs into the right column. We have cook. Let me annotate. We have cook, save, stay, knit, lesson, wash, spy, employ, drop, arrive, hop, worry, talk, open, annoy, move, study, enjoy, bake, cry, stop. All of these verbs are regular verbs. Okay? You can pause the video and try to do the exercise. Okay? Let's start correcting, shall we? All right. So the first one, cook, cooked. So where are we going to put it? ed, ied, d, or xed, which means a consonant ed or letter ed. Cooked here. Very good. Save. We just add ed. We already have an e at the end. We don't need to add another one. Stay. Here. Stayed. We add ed. Knit. We have already seen the verb knit. We knit clothes. Knitted. So we double G at the end, we add G-E-D. The last letter plus ed. Lesson, lessened with ed. Wash, please wash your hands for 20 seconds using soap. Washed. Spy, spied, I-E-D. Employ, employed. Drop, double P plus ed. We double the last letter. Arrive with hop, which is to jump, double P. Hopped. Worry, worried. The Y becomes an I. Talk, talked, ed. Open, ed. Annoy, ed. Move, just d. Moved. Study, ied. Studied. Enjoy, ed. Enjoyed. Bake, just d. Baked. Cry, we have a y at the end, so we turn it into an I. Cried. Stop, stopped. We double the last consonant and we add ed, so P-E-T. Okay? Look at the table carefully, look at the verbs, of course. Now what I want you to do is, after copying, of course, this exercise with this correction in your copybooks, look carefully at the words, at the verbs, sorry. We will try to come up with the spelling rules. Spelling rules together. Okay? Look at your verbs, try to come up with spelling rules like when do we use ed, when do we use ied, when do we use just d, and when do we add a consonant plus ed. Just try. So, regular verbs ending in a silent e. Take consonant the or the letter d in the simple past and past participle. For example, close, it ends with an e, a silent e. Close, closed. We add d because it doesn't make sense to add another e to it. Okay? Second rule, it is for regular verbs ending in a vowel plus I. A vowel plus I. You remember what is a vowel, of course. A, I, E, U, O. A vowel plus Y, take, ed. In the simple past and past participle. Play, played. That's why I told you earlier that although we have Y, we didn't turn it into an I, because we have the vowel A before it. Okay, when we have a vowel before the Y, we simply add ed. Another rule is now for regular verbs ending in a consonant plus Y. Okay, now is the time when we turn the Y into an I, and it takes I-E-D. The Y becomes a and I, and we add ed, of course. For example, marry, married, cry, cried, because we have a consonant or R before the Y. All the other regular verbs, okay? All the other regular verbs take ed in the simple past. For example, visit, visited, visit, visited, knit, knitted. Okay? And we have some special cases. When we have a consonant after a vowel, okay, we follow this rule. If there is a consonant after a stressed vowel at the end of the word, double the consonant. Double the consonant. Okay, for example, stop, ban. See, there is a different sound into the R and O. It is stressed. We stress on it. Stop, stopped, ban, banned. We double the P here, we double the N here. Offer, offer. See, these are a higher pitch or a stress. Offer, offer, open, ban, stop, etc. Okay? The rules are not very important because the more you learn English, the more you acquire them. That's why I chose to not give you the rules at the beginning. Now, for those who want to learn better, you can, now that you learned the rules, you can go back and do the exercise. Okay, you can go back and do this. This exercise. This one. You can try to do it again using the rules. Okay? That's where you will learn better. Or you can take each category and write the rule under it. I will show you the rules again in a table now for those who learn better from tables. Okay. So wait. Okay. We'll get back to that later. Now what I want you to do is to pay attention to this table. We've already talked about affirmative sentences, negative sentences, interrogative sentences, or questions when we talked about verb to be in the past, when we talked about present simple and present continuous, and we always talk about the type of sentences, of course. I hope you didn't forget about them. So here we have a table with sentences. And first we have an example. We have the verb clean. Of course, it is in the past simple. In the affirmative sentence, we say here, I cleaned my room. Negative, I didn't or I did not clean my room. Interrogative, did I clean my room? Now, what I want you to do now is to just pay close attention to these sentences and try to give me the rule we use for the past simple in the affirmative, the negative, and the question. Pay close attention. I will help you with the first one because it's very obvious. I cleaned my room. Of course, the infinitive without to plus ed gives us the past simple in the affirmative. So for the negative, what do we need? And of course, look at the verb in yellow. What do we do? Negative. Yes, we have not, but what else? What do we have before it? Very good. Subject, of course, I. Here also, plus did, plus not, plus the verb in the infinitive. I did not clean. Now the interrogative sentence or the question. Very good. We start with the auxiliary this time, which is did, plus the subject, plus the verb in the infinitive. Did I clean my room? Very good. Now, let's go back to the table. Here we have some sentences. Okay, I gave you the affirmative, I gave you the negative, the interrogative, again the affirmative. What I want you to do is to click on pause and try to give the negative and the interrogative of this sentence. For example, the affirmative, the interrogative here. Just complete the chart following the example we have here and the rules. Okay, please pause the video, do the exercise, and then click play again so we can correct together. All right, let's start correcting. First, first sentence, you walked to school. What is the negative? You didn't walk to school. Interrogative, did you walk to school? Here in the negative, we have she didn't work downtown. She didn't work downtown. The verb is work in the infinitive, of course. So, affirmative, she worked downtown. Interrogative, did she work downtown? Next sentence, did we help on Tuesday? Did we help on Tuesday? So affirmative, we helped. We helped on Tuesday. Negative, we didn't help on Tuesday. Last sentence, they asked a lot of questions. They asked a lot of questions. Negative, they didn't ask a lot of questions. And the interrogative, did they ask a lot of questions? Did they ask a lot of questions? Please don't forget, if you have any questions, you can always ask them in the WhatsApp group or the Facebook group. Let's move to another exercise. Now, this exercise is a little bit more difficult, of course. I want you to write the verbs between brackets in the simple past. Okay, we have here different type of sentences. We have affirmative, negative, and interrogative. Okay? Again, we have 10 sentences here, which means it will take you some time to do. What you're going to do now is just, again, pause the video, try to do the exercise on your copybooks. Only do the verbs. You don't have to write the sentences. Okay? All right. Click on pause, please. Welcome back. Now let's correct. So the first one we have yesterday, I revised all my English lessons. Yesterday I revised all my English lessons. Number two, my brother, I have not, so negative. My brother didn't brush his shoes this morning. Number three, he opened the doors this afternoon. Did he open the doors this afternoon? Number four, did she stop by your house yesterday? And pay attention to capital letters at the beginning of a sentence. I didn't like football very much 3 years ago. Number six, why did you wash your jeans on Monday? Number seven, Mark didn't listen to me. Number eight, my father parked the car outside 15 minutes ago. Number nine, why did you jump over that branch? And the last one, did it snow 2 years ago? Did it snow 2 years ago? Okay. Now, this is the table I showed you earlier. This is the table I showed you earlier. Simple past, regular verbs, spelling, rules, of course. Okay? It's easy peasy. Same rules we did, but this time with colors and in the form of the table. Of course, again, to just appeal to everyone's different way of learning. I'll try to read it for you. So ending in E, add D. Okay, just I tried to rhyme. Ending in E, add T, add D. Live, lived. Stare, stared. Ending in vowel plus Y, add ED. Stay, stayed. Play, played. Ending in consonant plus Y, change Y to I and add ED. Try, tried. Carry, carried. One syllable, single vowel, and ending in single consonant. Double the final consonant and add ed. Stop, stopped. Nod, nodded. Whip, whipped. Okay? Two syllable, stress on second syllable. Remember syllables when we talked about comparatives. Two syllable, stress on second syllable, and ending in single consonant. Double the final consonant and add ed. Commit. So the second syllable is mit. Commit, committed. Prefer, preferred. Okay? Easy, easy. As I said, it's not very necessary to learn the rules by heart. You know I'm against learning by heart, except when it comes to Quran. With practice, with time, with being exposed to English and reading, watching films and TV in English, listening to music and stuff like that, you will learn them implicitly. And I know that some of you have already learned them just from the story we did earlier. So thank you for watching. Stay healthy, helpful, and calm. And of course, don't forget to sanitize and see you in class. Okay? Have a good evening. Bye-bye.